Hey, what is up, guys? My name is Haji Salad. Welcome back to my channel. I hope every single one of y'all is having a great day. I'm back with another video, and for this video, I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to give you guys some helpful tips on how to negotiate your salary or how to negotiate a better pay for the job that you're going to be landing. So these are just some helpful tips that worked for me, when I was going through, interviews and landing a job and asking for a higher salary. I know this can be something very intimidating, and I know it can be very hard, trying to ask for for a higher pay for a job you just landed. So I'm going to try to give you guys the most helpful tips that work for me. These are just like things that I've done in my past that have worked for me. And hopefully these things can help you as well. I'm not an expert in this. I'm just trying to tell you guys things that have worked for me. And hopefully these things can kind of help you. And hopefully, negotiating for higher pay is not as intimidating as it seems. And these tips can hopefully help you. So just to get everything cleared up, you are only going to negotiate a higher salary or a higher pay if they offered you a position. You are not going to be talking about negotiating a higher pay or higher salary unless you've landed the position. Landing a job offer is going to give you a lot of leverage because they need you. They want to sign you. They want you to be on the team. So do not, I repeat, do not try to talk about negotiating any pay before you landed the job. That's probably going to be a really red flag. So this is after you went through the whole interview process and, the company that you applied for or you interviewed for is willing to hire you, because once they're willing to hire you and give you an offer letter, you have all the leverage in the world because they need you and they want to sign you onto the team. And that's a big plus in when you're trying to, negotiate deals. So let's just get that cleared up and out of the way before we start this thing. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys on how to negotiate a good deal is do your research. And what I mean by doing your research is you have to figure out how much that company's paying you. First of all, find out how much they're paying you in your position. Find out how much people in that company are getting paid in that position. So if you know anyone that's working for that company in that position, go and ask them or email them. Or if you know someone that works for a different company who is, in this, that works the same, let's say you're like a sales rep, or let's say you're going to be like work at a front desk or something at some high-end job or some decent job. If you know somebody that works at that company, or somebody that does a similar job, find out how much they're making, and you can base that research information off of how much you can negotiate your salary for. So I repeat, do your research. You can even go on Glassdoor, which is a website that gives you all the different reviews on all types of positions and how much people are getting paid on average. And it can be like within your state. And you can look at different states, but you want to look at within your state and how much individuals are getting paid within that position. So let's say you're like a sales rep for a tech company. Just figure out how much people are getting paid in your position within your state. So when you go and negotiate a deal, you know what you're talking about, because you don't want to give them you don't want to ask for some ridiculous offer and make yourself look dumb, because that's not the point of this thing. You want to give an offer that's something fair to you and that's something fair to the company that you're interviewing for. So that's the first thing you want to do, is do your research. And you can just do that by going online or by asking people that you may know. That's step one. Now, step two, never take the first deal. Never take the first deal. I repeat that, because every job that's hiring people, they have a budget. They all have a budget, and their budget is to give you the lowest pay, because these companies, although, they want to hire you and, they want to pay you, of course, obviously, but they're trying to, get revenue from you and your work at the lowest rate. So they are always going to offer you the lowest offer. So let's say your typical position for a sales rep within that company, the base salary, let's say is like $40,000 a year. And the highest it can be is, let's say, $50,000 a year. So they're gonna offer you like the minimum. So they're probably going to offer you like 40,000, but the company within their budget, they're probably allowed to go to like 45 or $50,000 a year. So if you accept the first offer they give you, that means you took the lowest offer, because that company is always going to try to make more money than you. Obviously, that's how they make money. That's how they make their revenue. So never, I had to learn the hard way. Never take the first offer, because I interviewed for a job once and I got the position. I was just so happy because I was making this much amount of money. And I found out somebody that's in the same position as me and basically has almost the same experience and same degree as me is making more money than me, because they negotiated their deal. And I just took the first offer they gave me because I thought it was a great deal. So that's the second rule. Never accept the first offer they give you. Always look at that offer and see if you can do better. So that's the second step. Never take the first deal that they give you. So this is the third step right here. You have to explain to this company why you deserve the money you're asking for, why you deserve the salary that you're asking for. And why do I mean by this? You will need to give this company a rundown of your experience. And the best way you can do this is by using actual numbers, because actual numbers give proof. So let's say you're in like you're applying for a sales job, and in your past company, you met a certain amount of sales goals, or these are your numbers of how much sales you got within that company. So you can leverage how much you made within that company, the last company that you were working for. You can use your experience and your numbers from that last company to leverage you when you're asking for higher pay, because this shows that you can meet the expectations or even go above and beyond. So that means you're able to ask for these things because you have the experience and you have the knowledge in order to, ask for this pay. A lot of people don't understand how much value that they have. If you have experience and you have value and you're able to, generate revenue for this company, they should be able to compensate you fairly. So if you're able to show numbers, if you're able to show proof that you are worth however much money that you are asking for, that company will have no choice but to respect the offer that you're making, because you have numbers and you have experience to support what you're asking for. And if a company knows how much you're worth, they have no choice but to hire you, because they understand how much of a value you are going to be to their company. They understand how much revenue you are going to generate for their company. So if you know your value and you know how much you're worth, and you are able to explain that, cohesively to that company, they have no choice but to actually speak with you and try to negotiate a good deal to give you a good salary or a good hourly pay or whatever you may be asking for. So this is step 3. Know your worth. Make sure you put together a portfolio or something that shows that you are worth how much you are asking for. And if you need help with that, just go on LinkedIn or Indeed. There are a lot of people that you can find out that can help you put together like a portfolio for yourself. And this will be very helpful, because some company may ask you, why should we pay you this much? And then you have proof, and they have no choice but to kind of negotiate and figure out what you want. So that's the third step. Okay. And this is the fourth step. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at my notes. This is the fourth step. So you are basically going to figure out the lowest amount that you're going to take, and also find out the highest offer that you're going to take. So basically figure out the amount that you want, figure out a number that you want, and figure out the lowest offer that you are willing to take, and also the highest offer that you want to take. So just to make sure that you're not beating around the bush, and that you have an exact number that you want to go with, because some of these companies don't want to go back and forth with you. So if you understand what you want, figure out the lowest offer you want to take and figure out the highest offer, and maybe try to meet them at the middle, just so the negotiations don't take very long, because you want to respect their time. They're willing to offer you, a job to come work for their company, and these companies don't want to go back and forth with you. So if you can figure out a number that you want to go with for your compensation, just figure that out, so you're not going back and forth and trying to figure out what exactly that you want, because that just shows that before they even hired you or before they even bring you on a team, you're kind of wasting their time. So figure out a number that you want to go with where you want to meet them at. So that way, when they try to offer you something or they ask you a number, you are ready to go and you're not wasting any time. And that just shows that you're willing to respect their time, and that you can be a trusted individual. So figure out the lowest offer and the highest offer that you want, and maybe try to meet that company in the middle. So that's the fourth tip. And this is the last and final tip. I would also compare your benefits and your pay. So the last company that hired me, and I was asking for a raise, I was asking for more compensation. And they kind of broke down some of their benefits to me, and how their benefits are also, really, really good, and how they can compensate for the low hourly rate or the low salary. So make sure you look at the whole offer and your benefits, because some companies have really, really good benefits, and those benefits kind of explain the reason why they're not willing to offer you that much money. So go and compare the benefits that they are willing you to that they're offering you, and compare that to the compensation that they're willing to give you. Because if a company is giving you a lot of good benefits, that means they really care about their employees. And yes, and it may not be the amount of money, the benefits. Some people may not like them, or it may not compare good to the salary that they're offering you. But if a company is willing to offer you really, really good benefits, that means they care about their employees. And sometimes a company has to spend a certain amount of money on the benefits in order to, help their employees and make sure that they show that they care about the employees. So make sure you compare the benefits, and make sure you compare your salary to see if it would be like a good offer, or if it makes sense. So that's another thing. Just compare your benefits and compare your salary, just to see if it's a good deal. And if you don't understand, maybe go ask a professional. I'm not gonna sit on here and act like I'm a professional. I had to go and do my own research. And I'm just giving you guys tips that work for me. So those are the 5 tips that I want to give you in order to negotiate for a higher salary. I hope this video was very helpful to you guys. Like I said, I'm not a professional, and all these things are things that I have done that have personally have worked for me. And I kind of went and did my own research to figure out what works best for me. The one tip I would give you guys is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to negotiate for a higher pay. Don't be afraid to go out there and speak your truth and know your value, because at the end of the day, the work that you're doing matters, and you deserve to be paid, or you deserve to be compensated for the value that you offer to that company. So hopefully this video helps you guys a lot. If you guys want more helpful tips, let me know in the comment section. And if there are things that have worked for you guys, please let me know. Share it in the comment section. I'm trying to build a community where people are able to help each other. So if you guys have any questions, follow my socials, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.